Hello, it's October, which translates to it's basically Halloween, which also means, I'm here to bring you some of the books that I've read in the second half of September. I will link down below the part 1 of this wrap-up, aka what I read in the first part of September. So yeah, anyway, let's get into the books. We shall start this very methodically. First, I have here Care and Memory by Elizabeth Bear, and I'm mentioning this one first because I DNF'd it. I said when I first showed you this book in a library haul that I had no idea whatsoever what it's about. It's about a sex worker in Victorian, I would like to say, times. So I was really dying to like this because it's, not your regular YA something. I don't even know if it's supposed to be YA. But I really wanted to like this, and I did not because I couldn't get into the writing style. I got 50-ish pages in, and I could not. I should also just take my bookmark out of it so I can take it back to the library. Also, do you want to hear something sad? I woke up craving coffee, naturally. I know, no surprise whatsoever there. But my brain just did this Pavlovian response type thing where I was like, coffee, what works with coffee? Filming a wrap-up and talking about books. So I'm pretty much whipped, not completely mad about it, but anyway. I shall then talk to you about the graphic novel-y type things that are at. First of all, I read volume 1 of Gotham Academy, and it's Welcome to Gotham Academy. It basically follows a couple of kids hunting ghosts and shit in Gotham Academy. They're not training to be superheroes past Gabby. What you doing? But it's probably one of my favorite comic books / graphic novel-y type things. I have volume 2 on hold, and I'm super pumped for that. And the artwork is very dark and nice, and it's all very spooky, shockingly so, and great, and yeah, I'm living. I then also read Adulthood is a Myth, a Sarah Scribbles collection by Sarah Anderson. It's basically a collection of scribbles, believe it or not, focused on being #relatable. Honestly, I'm certain you must have seen at least a couple of them circling around the internet because I feel like they're everywhere, really, because they are so #relatable. So yeah, that was very fun. Quite #relatable, you know what I'm saying? Yo, and then I finally read Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. Speaking of queens, Libba Bray is one hell of a queen. This book basically focuses on a group of pageant contestants whose airplane crashes on an island. And it turns all Robinson Crusoe-esque, and they have to survive, and then the plot thickens, and at first it did read very much like a satire, and I feel like it does have that thing going on for it, but it does sort of develop all this more depth that I personally didn't quite expect, and it does become very much intersectional because there are some lady-loving ladies, there are trans women, there are women of color, and it's just, I love this book so much, and I don't understand sort of why not more people have been mentioning it. I've seen a few of them, but I don't know, Libba Bray's writing style anyway is just phenomenal, and she did this perfectly with sort of, the satirical type voice, and also I read her Diviner's first book, and that's exponentially different, and she sort of just does both narrative voices perfectly, and is just a masterpiece. And if you're into feminist fiction, I would highly recommend Beauty Queens. And I then read Alex and Eliza by Melissa de la Cruz. This basically follows the love story, or shall I say the beginning of it, of Alexandra Hamilton and Miss Eliza Schuyler. And it's so fun. I don't know if you know this, but I love Hamilton. I'm Hamilton trash. I read Hamilton's thick-ass biography, and it's one of my favorites, and I was just, I was sold. I know they do love milking that Hamilton money, but I'm trash, so whatever. I'm on that train. Whatever, take my money. This is so weird, because I mentioned it in a currently reading video. I know I keep throwing you back to older videos, but you know what? Consistency is key, my friends. But simply because I know it's Hamilton and Eliza. First of all, it's weird because I already had my headcanons because of the musical. So I'm like constantly comparing this to that. And then I'm also thinking like, you know what? These are real people. So this is a little bit weird. You know what I'm saying? It's a very odd time. But I flew through it because it's just so much fun. Again, the writing style is quite nice, if I do say so myself. But I felt like the characters, some of them were fleshed out. Like, I feel like Melissa De La Cruz did a great job with Liza. But then again, Hamilton feels just sort of like a cardboard cutout of Hamilton. Like, he's there, and I'm kind of projecting my perception of Hamilton and sort of my knowledge of him to said cardboard cutout, but he's not that fleshed out in the book itself. I feel like he actually appears shockingly little, if you know what I'm saying. There's like 2 pages of Hamilton and like, oh, let's switch back to Eliza, which, fine, but also what are you doing? Like, if people aren't already like terrifyingly obsessed with Hamilton, would they have the same enjoyment of the book? I don't really know. And also there were these things, that sort of, here's some information, that you probably didn't know about Hamilton, and I'm just like throwing it in to know that I did my research, and I'm like, girl, I already did my research as well, and like, I appreciate you bringing these facts forward. But at the same time, it sort of just feels like you're showing off maybe a little. And also, I should have counted the amount of times that we were pointed out that Hamilton was a ginger, because Lord help me, like, I get it. And then I've just felt myself quite slumping this month, quite clearly. So I was browsing my library app, and then I saw that they had Cassandra Clare audiobooks. And when you reserve an audiobook from the library and you're just like, oh, look, it's only going to be available like 10,000 years in the future. And then you wake up and you get an email from the library that you can download it. And you're like, Lord, show me how to say no to this. And do you say no? Of course you don't. Of course, because how can you say no to emails from the library, and audiobooks? They're great. So I read Clockwork Angel and then City of Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass. And let me tell you, it's been a bit of a wild ride. Because, of course, the last Cassie Clare book that I read was this thick baby right here, Lord of Shadows. And that's like, I don't know, is it like the 10th book or something in this Shadowhunter Chronicles world or whatever. So going back to the very first ones feels a little odd, especially like I remember vividly my least favorite one being City of Ashes, and now I really, really enjoyed City of Ashes, and I remember City of Glass being my absolute favorite, and now I was quite iffy about it, especially for the first part, because the romance is a little bit cringy, not going to lie. But then again, it really picked up in the second half, and I can't help but like compare and contrast what they did with the damn TV show, because of course. And then Clockwork Angel was just incredible. So I don't know, but I did highly enjoy all of them. I feel like I left all of them on 5 out of 5 stars, because of course. And in case you don't know, the City of Bones, the Mortal Instruments, whatnot, follows Clary, who's a teenager
in New York, and then she goes to a club, like, close to her birthday, blah, blah, blah. One thing leads to another. She finds out she's, like, part Shadowhunter, which is, like, this ancient group of humans that were, like, made to kill demons, blah, 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 all that.
The YA shiz. And then Clockwork Angel / The Infernal Devices follows Tessa Gray, who comes from New York to London in Victorian era to meet up with her brother. She's, like, just lost her last member of the family, and then she gets abducted and she goes down, and she also has no previous knowledge of the shadow world. And I feel like I need a whole nother cup of coffee just after seeing that. Yeah, I don't let me fool you. I really do love Cassie Clare's books. I'm absolute trash for Cassie Clare, so that was quite enjoyable, if I do say so myself. Anyway, happy Halloween. Honestly, happy Halloween. I'm like already in the Halloween mood. I'm living. Wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, so I will go watch some more BuzzFeed Unsolved, because obviously, and then you please do let me know if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them, what your favorite read of the month was, what you're dressing up as for Halloween, because I love Halloween so much. Yeah, and I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching.